Hello, my dear children. How are you? I think you are doing well. Once again, all of you are welcome to English Time. In the last class, we discussed the woman in the poem Woman Work and Robin Klein's Amanda. Both lack freedom. Comment on this statement. That was the assignment given to you. So let me read this. One of the writings sent to me, one of our friends.
Both the woman in Angelo's Woman Work and Robin Klein's Amanda lack freedom. Comment on this statement. Both the woman and Amanda feels lack of freedom because the woman want to do all the works in her house, and Amanda can't do anything with her wish. This is a social problem. Nowadays, women can't do anything with their wish. Our society decide how a woman should do and work.
Dear children, did you hear this? Okay, I think there may be some errors in this writing. Let us check it. Both the woman and Amanda feels lack of freedom. She wrote, woman and Amanda feels. Here, woman and Amanda becomes a plural subject. Then comes a plural verb. So we have to edit it as both the woman and Amanda feel lack of freedom. Because the woman want to do all the works in her house. So we can change this into woman has to do all the works in house. Okay? And Amanda can do anything with her wish. So we can rewrite it as anything of her wish. This is a social problem. There is no errors in this sentence. Nowadays, have you noticed the letter after full stop? Nowadays is starting with a small letter. So we have to change this into capital letter because it is after a full stop. Nowadays, women can do anything with their wish. So the same error is repeated here. So anything of their wish. Our society decide. She wrote decide. Our society is a singular subject, so we have to change decide into decides. Our society decides how a woman, she wrote women, a woman. So we have to change this woman into a singular form, a woman. So a woman should do and work. No need of do and work. We can change this into should work. Okay. Now this sentence becomes our society decides how a woman should work. Now it's okay. We have edited the writing. Do you want to read once again? Both the woman and Amanda feel lack of freedom because the woman has to do all the works in her house. And Amanda can't do anything of her wish. This is a social problem. Nowadays, women can't do anything of their wish. Our society decides how a woman should work. Okay, is it clear now? Yes. So now we are going to another portion of this unit. We have been discussing Cinderella, the woman in the woman work, and Amanda. All of them lack freedom. Now I am going to introduce a person who struggled for the education of children, especially girls and women. I will give you some clues about that person. Can you identify that person? Okay. The person is a young girl. Can you say who is that? No idea. Okay. She is a Pakistani. I think you are getting more idea about her. Okay, can you say now? She was shot by militants. I think now you got more idea. Okay? Some of you are saying it now. I know. So one more clue. She got Nobel Prize in 2014. Now it's very clear. Okay? Say her name. Okay. Yes, you can see her picture also here. Okay. Come on, say who is that? She is, yes, Malala. Malala Yousafzai. Okay, she got Nobel Prize for Peace in 2014. After receiving the Nobel Prize for Peace, she delivered a magnificent speech in the Assembly of United Nations Organization. Are you ready to hear her words? Okay, now listen to this audio clip.
Respected elders and my dear brothers and sisters, today it is an honor for me to be speaking again after a long time. Being here with such honorable people is a great
Moment.
in my life. I don't know where to begin my speech. I don't know what people would be expecting me to say. But first of all, thank you, God, for whom we all are equal. And thank you to every person who has prayed for my fast recovery and new life. I cannot believe how much love people have shown me. I have received thousands of good wish cards and gifts from all over the world. Thank you to all of them. Thank you to the children whose innocent words encouraged me. Thank you to my elders whose prayers strengthened me. Dear brothers and sisters, do remember one thing. Malala Day is not my day. Today is the day of every
Woman.
every boy and every girl who have raised their voice for their right. There are hundreds of human rights activists and social workers who are not only speaking for human rights, but who are struggling to achieve their goals of education, peace, and equality. Thousands of people have been killed by the terrorists. Millions have been injured. I'm just one of them. Dear sisters and brothers, we realize the importance of light when we see darkness. We realize the importance of our voice when we are silenced. In the same way, when we were at Swat, the north of Pakistan, we realized the importance of pens and books when we saw the guns. The wise saying, "Pen is mightier than the sword," was true. The extremists are afraid of books and pens. The power of education frightens them. They are afraid of women. The power of the voice of women frightens them. Honorable Secretary General, peace is necessary for education. In many parts of the world, terrorism, wars, and conflicts stop children from going to school. We are really tired of these wars. Women and children are suffering in many parts of the world in many ways. Many innocent and poor children are victims of child labor. Young girls have to do domestic child labor and are forced to get married at an early age. Poverty, ignorance, injustice, racism, and the deprivation of basic rights are the main problems faced by both men and women.
Did you hear the speech? Okay. In the beginning of the speech, Malala thanked children, elders, parents, doctors, and nurses. Can you say why? Yes, I told you she was shot by militants. And she was admitted to the hospital in Pakistan and later she was taken to UK. She went through different crucial stages before her recovery. At that time, all these people I mentioned here prayed for her life. So she thanked all. The militants in Swat Valley did not allow her to go to school. Not only Malala, but the girls in the Swat Valley. Suppose such a thing happened in your locality, what will you do? Will you inform the police? Will you inform the Human Rights Commission? Or will you inform Childline? Yes, there is chance. Right? Okay, if you are informing the Childline, how will you inform? Do you know the telephone number of Childline? Yes, I know you can say. It is 1098. Otherwise, we can say 1098. Okay. So let me ask you one question. When is Malala Day? Can anyone say? It is on the 12th of July. Right? Okay. What is he saying about Malala Day? Whom is she dedicating her day? She is saying it is the day of children. It is the day of girls. It is the day of women who raised their voice for their rights. That means she is dedicating her day to such people. Okay. She mentioned hundreds of social activists in this speech, but she did not mention any of their name. Okay, let me introduce some of the social activists who raised their voice for the education of children and women. I will give only some clues. You have to say their name. Okay, ready? Yes. The first one, he is an Indian. Any idea? No idea. Okay. He got Nobel Prize in 2014. Now it is very clear. He is a co-recipient of the Nobel Prize for Peace with Malala Yousafzai. Yes, you are right. The answer is Kailash Satyarthi. Okay, here is an audio clip.
Kailash Satyarthi is an Indian social reformer who campaigned against child labor in India and advocated universal right to education. He was the co-recipient of Nobel Prize for Peace along with Malala Yousafzai in 2014. He is the founder of multiple social activist organizations.
And the second person is a woman. She was born and brought up in West Bengal. She raised her voice for women. She established a school for the first time in West Bengal for women. Have you got any idea? Can you say? Can you identify her picture? Yes, you are right. That is Savitri Devi Phule. Okay, here is an audio clip.
Savitri Devi Phule is often called as the mother of Indian feminism. In fact, many call her modern India's first feminist. She is known for her contribution to women's education in India, including the construction of the first school for women.
Now let me mention the name of another social activist. He was born in the princely state of Travancore. Okay, any idea? He was born in 1863. Can you say? Any idea? He struggled for the education of a young girl, Panchami. Now it's very clear. Okay, now can you identify this photograph? Yes, he is none other than Mahatma Ayyangali.
Mahatma Ayyangali was a social reformer who worked for the advancement of deprived, untouchable people in the princely state of Travancore. He struggled for the education of the untouchables. His Kandala agitation was the first agitation for the education of the deprived. Panchami, daughter of Pujari Ayya and Sita, both agricultural laborers from Pulaya community, was denied education at the school more than a century ago. The upper caste had burnt down the school at Udutambalam in 1914 in protest against giving admission to Panchami.
Okay, so now you acquainted with these social activists who raised their voice for the education of children, especially girls and women. Okay, so now you have to prepare a picture album of the social activists who raised their voice for the education of girls and women, and give a short description under each photograph. Okay, will you prepare? Prepare and send it to your teacher. We know that terrorism, because of this, hundreds of people were killed, lakhs of people were injured. Malala used here a word to mention lakhs of. Can you say which word she used to mention getting the meaning lakhs of? She used millions. 1 million means 10 lakhs. Okay. Do you know what is the importance of light? No light, no life. The ultimate source of energy is light, no doubt. But when do we realize the importance of light? When darkness comes, right? Okay. When do we realize the importance of voice? When we are silenced. നിശബ്ദരാക്കപ്പെടുമ്പോഴാണ് നമ്മൾ നമ്മുടെ ശബ്ദത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് നമ്മൾ ഓർക്കാറ്, അല്ലേ? When did Malala realize the importance of pen and book? When she saw guns. We know that pen is mightier than sword. It is a saying. It is a true saying. Terrorists, extremists, they are all afraid of pen and book. They are afraid of education. They are afraid of the voice of women. We know that there is terrorism. Terrorism between countries. Terrorism in the world. Conflicts between countries. Conflicts between religions. Conflicts between races. They are all destroying the peaceful atmosphere. Do you know really who are the real victims of war and terrorism? No doubt at all. The victims of war are children and women. As we know, peace is very important for education. As we know that children are facing a lot of things in this world. They are prone to a lot of things like child labor, torturing. We know that girls are getting married at an early age. These are all a hindrance to the growth of their life. It is a hindrance to their education. നോക്കൂ, ഈ ലോകത്ത് പ്രയാസങ്ങൾ നേരിടുന്നത് കുട്ടികളും സ്ത്രീകളും മാത്രമാണോ? അല്ല. ആരൊക്കെയാണ് പ്രയാസങ്ങളെ നേരിടുന്നത്? എല്ലാവരും. അതെങ്ങനെയാണ് മലാല അവതരിപ്പിക്കുന്നത് എന്ന് നോക്കൂ. Poverty, ignorance, injustice, racism, and deprivation of the basic rights are the main problems faced by both men and women. അല്ലേ? സ്ത്രീ പുരുഷ ഭേദമന്യേ ഈ പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്? ദാരിദ്ര്യം, അറിവില്ലായ്മ, അനീതി, വംശീയത, അടിസ്ഥാന ആവശ്യങ്ങൾ നിറവേറ്റാൻ പറ്റാത്തവർ, ഇതൊക്കെ നമ്മുടെ ലോകത്ത് ഉള്ളതാണ്. അത് മലാല വളരെ വ്യക്തമായി നമ്മളോട് പറയുകയാണ്. ഓക്കെ, നൗ we can conclude the speech up to here. We went through a lot of things that the children, women and other people are suffering from. Malala mentioned all these things in her speech. Now you have to read the remaining part of the speech and underline the difficult words and expressions there. And don't forget to prepare a picture album of the social activists who raised their voice for the education of children and women. Prepare it very neatly and send it to your teacher. Now that's all for the day. See you. Bye.